Hello, good morning. Welcome to our Tuesday morning Forever in Motion class. My name is Kim. I am one of the recreation therapists on the Forever in Motion team. So I'm hoping that this class will be about a 45-minute class. If you have popped in on any of my classes before, you know that timing, counting aren't my strong suits, so I'm hoping it'll be about 45 minutes. And we are going to be doing this class completely seated. So most times when I teach my classes on here, I do the standing option and then I will just show the seated option. So I thought today I will just do this class completely seated. So whoever is watching this video, you have a choice. You can do everything with me seated and see how that option works for you. Or you can stand up and do the things that I'm doing seated. When we do the strength portion, I do want everybody to be seated, but when we do our warm-up and our cardio, you're welcome to stand if that's what you would prefer. So it looks like I've got about 4 people on this morning. So hello, good morning, everyone. So what we will need for today's class is a chair, because I'm going to do everything as a seated option. We will need a band. I got it on the back of my chair. And then as always, there's my water bottle. So you'll need a chair, a band or tubing, and a water bottle. If you don't have a band or tubing, that's okay. You can just do every single one of the movements that we are doing without the band. And then it just becomes more like a range of motion exercise, which I'm sure everybody could benefit from that as well. Okay, so we are going to start. As I mentioned, I saw a few more people just popped on. I'm going to do everything seated today, but feel free to stand during the warm-up and the cardio portion if that's what you prefer. So here we go. Hopefully everyone can hear me. I'm just going to grab a drink of water before we get started. My throat's a little scratchy this morning. So we are going to do this in the chair seated. So you know that if you're seated in the chair, you are not sitting on the back of the chair, right? We're sitting up with that beautiful posture, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and there's space between my back and the back of the chair. I'm sitting about the midline of my chair. All right, so if you would prefer to do the warm-up and the cardio portion standing, you're welcome to do that. We're just gonna start with some marching. So if you've got armrests on your chair, it's a little bit harder to swing your arms in this one. But if you do, and those armrests are in the way, you can just set your hands on your legs as well. But if you have the space and the range of motion and the seated balance to march your feet and swing your arms at the same time, then you're welcome to do that. If at any time you guys can't hear me, or I've said something that doesn't make sense, feel free to comment. At the bottom of my screen, I can see your comments and I can read them as we're going if there's something that you guys need more information on. All right, so that core is tight, sitting up beautifully with that posture as into this march. Good. Now let's switch to a step touch. So step, touch, step, touch, step, touch. Let's have those hands go in the opposite way of those feet. I shouldn't have worn black pants. It looks like my knees are coming out of nowhere with this stripe on the side. Oh, other side. Okay. If doing the feet and the hands both is too much, just do the feet. Okay, so set that foot, tap with that opposite toe. Good. If you want, you can do the full range of motion with those arms, really warming those up. But if this works, then this works. Figure out which level you would like to do today. Perfect. Now you can go wider with those feet if you want, or just keep it within the edges of your chair. It's your call. Good. We'll do a few more. Yes. Good. And take it back to that march. So we'll always come back to the march before we do our next move. So now we're going to do a heel dig. So bring it across, tap that heel. I think you can just see my foot in the bottom of the video. Good. Now let's do a little bicep curl with this. So loose hands, just tucking those elbows in towards your sides, bringing those hands up towards your shoulders. Again, we're just warming up. We're going to ramp this up in a few minutes, but this is just our warm up still. So that's why the movement is slow and controlled, making sure that our whole body is warmed up before we move on. Yes. Take some nice deep breaths here. If you can get that full crossover with that foot in the front, that's fantastic. As soon as we cross the midline of our body, we don't necessarily feel it, but our brain does have to work harder to make that action happen. So that's why with this heel dig, I would like you to cross the midline and tap in front. Good. Shoulders are back and down, still sitting up. Beautiful posture. Good. Let's do a couple more. Good. Go back to that march. I'm just going to set my hands here. Roll those shoulders back and down. All right, we're going to do a toe tap. So it's tap behind, come, tap behind, middle. Tap behind. So we crossed in front. Now we're just crossing behind, right? Good. Now what shall we do with our arms? I don't know. What do you guys think? Too bad I can't hear you telling me what you would like to do with your arms for this one. Let's see. Let's do back and together. So my elbows are going straight back and coming into the front. So just trying to warm up that upper back. We're going to get it to do some work today. Good. Shoulders are still away from your ears though. Sometimes if a movement is uncomfortable for our body or something starts to get hard, our shoulders will start to come up. So make that conscious effort to pull them away from your ears. Yes. And do that tap behind. Good. Keep going. You guys are looking good. I know you are. Looks like it's going to be another beautiful fall day out there. Yesterday was awesome with the sun shining. Today is Tuesday, September 21st. If you're watching this after the fact and you're like, what day is she talking about? That's today. Good, we'll do a couple more. And let's go back to that march. Get those arms swinging. I felt that movement in my upper back. So I would like to swing my arms to kind of reset that movement. Hopefully that feels nice for you too. Roll those shoulders back and down. Good. And hopefully you feel warmed up. So what I would like you to do is, if sitting about the middle of your chair, you're going to plant your feet. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do some trunk and neck movement. So I want you to bring your arm out in front, that thumb is up, and I want you to rotate to the side as far as you can go back. I'm only going to go as far back as my chair. Still breathing as I do this, and come back to the middle. Now the other hand comes out. You should feel some really nice movement through your back and through your neck because your head is following that thumb. We're going to do the other side now. So this movement is important if you still drive, absolutely, for the shoulder checking. But we probably don't even realize how many times a day we look over that shoulder, right? And if we don't do it, then we lose it. You guys know this. If you don't use it, you lose it. I'm going to grab a drink. All right, then we're gonna go back into that cardio section. I just wanted to do a little bit of rotation in that neck and in that trunk now that we've got it a little bit warmed up. So we're gonna ramp up this, our movements to kind of be our cardio section for the next 5 minutes or so. So we're starting with that march. If you can, you're gonna pick up that march, the pace of that march. If you would like to go slower than me or faster than me, you're completely welcome to do that. You don't have to go the exact same pace as me. So we're gonna start with that step touch, only this time we're gonna do a 2-step touch. So if you're standing, you can take up lots of space. If you're sitting, this is what it looks like. Step together, step together, step together, step together. If you got some music going on, step together, step together. Yes, good. So hopefully you are able to find a pace in this cardio section where you feel like you're working, where you feel like your heart rate is up. Maybe you can feel that it's up. Your breathing is starting to increase, that your rate of your breath is increasing. And if we looked at, say, your rate of perceived exertion, so how hard you think you're working, on a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 is being nothing, you're sitting on the couch. 10 being you are at your limit, you can't possibly go any harder. I think you would try to strive in this section to be like a 6, where your heart rate is up, your breathing, your respiration amount is up, but you can still talk, right? You would still be able to carry on a conversation, but you can't sing, right? A 6 or a 7 maybe. So find how fast and how far you need to go to get to that level. Now, with this double step touch, you know that we're gonna add to it, right? So right now, I'm just swinging my arms however I want to. And we know that once you start getting both your upper and lower limbs involved in a movement, it is going to increase your heart rate even more, right? So at this point, our arms are just swinging, but I would like to do some deliberate movement with these arms. So we're gonna start with that. So we'll do this twice more and take it back to that march. So with that double step touch, we are going to do, what should we do? Let's do bow and arrow arms. So we're gonna come out, bring it back, come together, other arm is gonna go back. So how fast, I'm right in front of my face, sorry. So how fast you do that is up to you. So let's get that double step touch. Okay, and hands here, bring it back. Oh, goodness. Okay, there, I got it now. So get those feet going first, and then add those bow and arrow arms. Oh man, as soon as you add those arms in, what did your feet do? My feet, you saw, did not do what I wanted them to do. Step touch, yes. So, making that brain work a little bit this morning, as well as that upper and lower body. So if you're doing this standing, the movement is the same. If you're doing this standing, and you need to have one hand on the chair, then you would put the hand on the chair and just bring the other one back. Oh, I lost it. Okay, find it again. Okay, hopefully you guys kept going. Yes, good. Now, how do you feel about ramping up those feet? Making them do something a little different. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cross in front with that foot. So come, step together, cross in front, step together. Step, cross in front, step together. Step, cross in front, step together. Now, once you have that, then we can add those arms back in. Step, cross in front, step together. Step, cross in front. I don't know, you guys, step together. Step, cross in front, step together. Step, cross in front, step together. Step, cross in front, step together. Hopefully you can get, whoop, step, cross in front, step together. Step, cross in front. There we go, step together. And surprisingly, if you say it out loud, it's easier for your body to do it. Step, cross in front, step together. Step, cross in front, step together. Oh, my bow and arrow is not going very fast now. Step, cross in front, step, together, step, cross in front, step, together. How's your brain working this morning? Apparently, mine's still half asleep. Hopefully you're feeling like you're working on this one. Together. If you can go faster with these bow and arrow arms, do it. That's amazing. This is as fast as my brain will let me go with these hands. Step, together, step, cross in front, step, together. Okay, one more time, back and forth. Step, cross in front, step, together, step, cross in front, step, together. All right, shake those legs out, shake those arms, go back to that march. I'm gonna grab a drink because we need to do one more level with that. That braiding or that grapevine, right? So this time we're gonna go step, cross behind, step, together. So let's start here. So step, cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind, step, together. Now step, cross behind, step, add those arms if you can. Step, cross behind, step, together, 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 step, cross behind, step. I think I'm just doing the same arm over and over again on the top. Together, step, cross behind, step, together, cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind. Hopefully you guys are being more successful at this than I am. Cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind. Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at, right? You gotta have a little fun with this. Cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind. Try, if you're having trouble with it, try saying it out loud. Excuse me. It makes a difference. Cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind, step, together. If you can go faster with those arms, go ahead. Step, cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind, step, together. Woo! How you doing? I hope you're having fun with this one. Step, together, step, cross behind, step, together, step, cross. Let's do it twice more. Step, cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind, step, one more time. Step, cross behind, step, together, step, cross behind, step, together. Woo! All right, keep those feet going. I'm gonna grab another drink because that was just like way too much for me. All right, so grab a drink if you need it. Keep those feet moving. Take some nice deep breaths because we're gonna move on. That was our cardio portion. It wasn't very long. Hopefully you felt like your body worked up a little bit of a sweat, you got your heart rate up, and hopefully you had a little bit of fun while we were doing that one. If anything, you probably had a giggle watching me trying to do those combos together. All right, so we're gonna take another moment, slow those feet down. Leisurely, just swing those arms. We want that heart rate to come back down to almost baseline before we start doing our strength. Nice deep breaths here. Shoulders are back and down. If you need to take a roll of those shoulders to reset them, you're welcome to do that as well. And of course, we're gonna start with posture because that's like my favorite thing. So set those feet. Make sure that your bum is in the middle of that chair. Find that beautiful posture. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Now we're gonna start with a chin tuck. So I want you to put your fingers on your chin. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see. You stay forward in your chair. Fingers go on your chin here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring your chin away from your fingers. Hold it there for a moment. And then bring it back. Bring it back. Breathe while we're doing this. And bring it forward. No need to hold your breath here. Back, hold it there. And come forward. Back, hold it there. And come forward. Back, hold it there. forward. Let's do 2 more. Back, forward. One last time. Those eyes stay on the horizon. I'm not looking up or looking down. And bring it forward. All right, so hopefully you felt a stretch or some movement up the back of your neck and up the back of your head. Oftentimes that muscle back there is very tight. And so just making us bring that back is going to stretch it a little bit, because sometimes that muscle is so tight, that's what's pushing our head forward. Because lots of people, as we get older, you all know this, our heads are coming farther forward, so we need to make that conscious effort to bring them back. All right, let's do some shoulder retraction. So what I want you to do is hands are on your thighs. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your shoulder blades down and together. My hands are coming up my legs. And then relax and bring those hands forward. So bring them back, shoulders come back, squeezing those shoulder blades together, and then come forward. Back and squeeze, and forward. Back and squeeze, and forward. Back and squeeze, and forward. Let's do 1 more. Back and squeeze, and forward. All right, shake that out. We're gonna do 1 more for posture. This one is more of a stretch. It's more like getting some mobility in that upper back. So I want you to put your feet, your knees together, as close as they can be together, and you're gonna hold them there. This is essentially gonna stop your hips from moving. I want you to bring your arms up to shoulder height, cross them over like I Dream of Jeannie. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn and look over one shoulder, poke that elbow towards the back, and look over that shoulder as well. You should feel this beautiful stretch in your upper back, in between your shoulder blades, and come back to the middle. And let's go to the other side. If you feel pain in your lower back, make sure that those knees and those feet are together. The movement should be coming from your upper back, not your lower back. And that's why our feet and our knees are together. It's stopping those hips from moving. And come together. This feels really nice. Other side. And come together. Let's do 1 more on each side. Poke that. I don't know about you, but the more that we do this, the further that I can get that elbow back, and the more I can look over that shoulder. It's releasing the tension in those muscles. And release. All right, roll it out. Okay, we're going to start our strength portion now. So everyone, if you have a band or tubing, please grab that now. So we're going to start with our back. Now, we always do 2 back exercises to 1 chest exercise. So the posture stuff that we just did, that we're going to count that as 1 back exercise. So the second back exercise we're going to do is that back row, that seated back row. This is one of my faves. So that band is up underneath my feet. So make sure that those toes are pointing somewhat down, because if they're still up, that band could roll off and smack you in the face. We don't want that. So in this seated position, having that beautiful posture, I want you to lean forward about 45 degrees. Hands are on the side of your thighs, or sorry, the side of your legs, right at the knees. Your thumbs, these are your thumbs, are at your knees. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna run that thumb up your thigh towards your hip, point those those elbows straight back, and come back down. Up and squeeze and down. I want to show you what it looks like from the side. So up and squeeze and down. Now you'll notice, where am I looking? I'm not looking straight down. I'm looking, I don't know, 3-4 feet in front of me to keep my head in line with my spine. Those elbows are just going straight back. I'm coming back. You guys keep moving. Back and down. So it's not a movement of the arm. It's a movement. Those elbows are going straight back. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and together and come forward. Back and squeeze. And forward. Good. Back and squeeze. And forward. Let's do 2 more. We got 2 more in us. Back and squeeze. And forward. And last one. Back and squeeze. And forward. All right. Bring that out from underneath those feet. Now we've done back, we're gonna do chest. So I want you to bring that band up across your back, underneath your armpits. Holding it in your hand. You guys can't see the outside of my hands, but they're there. Shoulders are back and down. We're gonna do, this is called a chest fly. So my hands start out here, and then they just come together, and then open up. So you want tension on your band the whole time on this one. If it's too easy, you can bring those hands further down your band. Start again, reset. Yes, if it's too hard, you just loosen off your hands on those bands. And open. Good. Shoulders are away from your ears. Beautiful posture. Core is tight to support that body. Feet are planted on the floor. Bum is about the midline of your chair. So it's a slow and controlled movement. So if you wanted the count, it would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's how slow I would like to see this movement. Hopefully you guys are still in it. If we get to the point where you're like, my body doesn't want to do anymore, I don't want to do any more reps, and I'm still going, you can stop, absolutely. I don't count. I have trouble counting and talking at the same time, but we are going to do one more. Open up, close them together, and then open up. All right, and drop that. Okay, so that was for our chest. Should have felt it through the side of your arm and into your armpit. Our next move is for shoulders, and it's gonna be a shoulder shrug. So what I want you to do is put it underneath your feet. Step on it. Grab onto that band so that there is tension on that band. Sitting up with beautiful posture. Shoulders are back and down. All we're going to do is bring our shoulders up and down. You see my arms are not bending. I need more tension on this band. There we go. Up and down. It's the classic I don't know gesture. I don't know. And down. Good. Up and down. Good. Up and down. So those arms aren't bending at all. The movement is 100% coming from those shoulders. Those shoulders are going up and down. Good. Up and down. Up and down. Good. This one's a fairly straightforward movement. As long as your shoulders are doing the work and not your arms. You can be doing this standing or seated. You want tension on that band all the way through. Even at the bottom, I want tension. Your shoulders are stronger than you think. As long as those shoulders aren't coming up towards your ears and staying there, I want you to be able to relax them down in between. Let's do 2 more. Up, down, last one. Up, and down. All right, let go of that band. So we've done shoulders. Now we're gonna do those biceps. We're gonna do a hammer curl. So I want one end of that band underneath the foot, your foot. Hand on the same side. Palm is going to be facing towards your body. Elbow is close to your body. Sitting up with that beautiful posture. How far down you go on the band depends how much resistance you want, because you want to be able to bring that hand all the way to your shoulder and bring it back down. But you also want tension on the band at the bottom. So when we do this one, I choose to do this one arm at a time. I do have a 6-foot band, and I could probably manage doing both arms at the same time, but I like the extra work that's put in your core when you're doing a single arm movement. So you'll notice that your core has to be engaged to make sure that you maintain this upright posture while you're doing a single arm movement, a single-sided movement. Yes. Now that I've said it out loud, you probably notice a little bit of extra work that's happening in your core. And that's good. I mean, who doesn't want more core work, right? We need our core for so many things in this life. And more core strength is a good thing. How many have we done? I don't know. Let's do 3 more. 3? There, you can see 3. 1, 2 more. 2. And last one. Here it goes. Up and down. All right, switch to the other side. So other side. Foot. One end of the band is underneath that foot, grasping onto that band. Palm is facing towards your body. Elbow is close to the body. Beautiful posture. Shoulders are back and down. Ears are in line with those shoulders. Here we go. Up. Oops, I turned my finger. And down. So make sure that that palm is facing towards your body the whole time. I turned mine and I shouldn't have. Yes. Looks good. Maintaining that beautiful upright posture. Yes. Try not to twist. Have those shoulders facing forward. Yeah. Elbow is close to the body. 2 more. And last one. Up and down. All right, give that a shake. Now we've done our biceps. We need to do the back of our arm, which is our triceps. So we're going to grab onto the band in the middle. So take that hand and cross it to the other side of your chest. That top is going to be thrown over. I am going to have my elbow at that 90-degree angle. Normally, we are going to push down. Normally, when I teach classes, we would push down in this movement, but we're actually going to push out to the side. So I want you to bring that elbow up. We're going to extend out and come back in. Out. There, can you see it now? And in. Out and in. Now make sure that that wrist stays in line with that elbow, and you're really holding on with this hand that is on your chest, because if you aren't holding on, that band is going to slip through. You're not going to have the resistance that your body is looking for, and you might end up getting smacked with it. So make sure that that wrist stays in line and come back together. Good. And together. Out. Together. Let's do 2 more. Out. Together. Last one. Out. And together. All right. Give that a shake. Let's do the other side. So the middle of that band goes in the other hand. That hand goes across to the opposite side of the chest. The top of that band disappears just so it's out of my way. Holding on, we're going to bring that elbow up, to shoulder height, or as close to that as you can get. And then we're just going to straighten out and come back in. I'll move on my chair a little bit so you can see my hand there we go. And come back in. Now this hand on your chest has to have a pretty good grip there, right? So holding on. That wrist stays in line with the elbow the whole time. There is no bending of that wrist to make this happen. It stays in line. And come back. Out. Back. Good. So those shoulders are away from your ears. The tricep isn't a huge muscle, so it might be getting tired. My hand's starting to get a little tired from holding this band. How are you guys doing? Let's do 2 more. And last one, out and together. All right, give that a shake. We're gonna put this band on the back of our chair. We're gonna get it out of our way for the moment. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. Then we're gonna do some stuff for our legs. We're gonna start with a knee extension. So I'm at about the middle of my chair. Now, what it is I'm gonna have my hands on my thighs, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring my leg up so my leg is as straight as is comfortable. I'm not gonna lock it out and bring it back down, and then go to the other side and bring it down. Now what you'll notice is I'm not lifting my foot up first. All of that movement is coming from the front of my thighs. All of that work. If you have your hand on your thighs, notice as soon as you bring that leg up, this muscle here tightens because it's engaging. That's your quadricep muscles. Up and down. Good. Up. Yes. Up posture. On this one, what people tend to do is lean back to make that leg go up higher. We don't need to. Nope. All we need to do is have that beautiful upright posture. And if that means your leg doesn't get completely straight, that's okay. I don't know if you can tell, but my leg isn't completely straight. It's not at that straight angle from my hip. That's okay. You just do what works for you, and you can feel those muscles engaging. And down. Good. Up. And down. Strong core. Make sure that you're not rounding at that lower back. You're not rounding at those shoulders. Let's do one more on each leg. Up. You can hear my foot just traveling right along the carpet here. Up. And down. Okay, shake that out. I want you to come a little bit farther forward in your chair. We've worked the top of our thighs. That's our quads. Now we want to work the back of our thighs, which are our hamstrings. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a hamstring curl. We've done hamstring curls standing a lot. Standing, not standed. Standing a lot. And so now we're going to do them in the chair seated. And so you can have your hands on the chair here if that's more comfortable, or here. What you're going to do is you're just going to bring your heel back up towards your bum and then set it down. Back and set it down. Now hamstrings can be sensitive to cramps. Sometimes if people do this movement, they instantly get a cramp in their leg. If that's you, you're just going to straighten that leg out with that toe up and try to stretch that leg out a little bit. If your legs aren't cramping, carry on. So I'm just bringing that heel up towards the inside of the chair. If you've got like a rail on your chair, this one might be harder, and you're welcome to stand up and do this in standing as well if you would like. But I wanted to just show the full seated option today. Hopefully you can feel that the back of your thigh engaging and the back of your thigh working to bring that foot back and hold it up there briefly and then set it back down. Yes. Good. Back. Let's do two more, like one or more on each side. Back and down. Last one. And down. All right, shake that out. The next one we're going to do is for our hips. It's hip abduction. So what it is it's taking this leg away from your body. Now, there's two ways that you can do this. You can do this with no resistance, or if you would like, you can tie your band around your legs to add a little bit more resistance. So I'm going to show that. So we're going to start here. So what it is I'm just going to take that leg out and bring it back in. Now you see again, I'm not lifting that leg up at all. I'm just sliding it to the side and bringing it in. I'm hoping that you can feel the work in your hips. Now you don't need to have this band here, but if you want more work, there, I'm gonna pull it in and you can see it's more resistance for my leg. It's working that hip more, okay? So out and in. Slide that foot out and bring it back in. Yes. Slide it out and in. Good. Out and in. There. Out. I didn't tie it tight enough. And in. And out. And in. Also, if you wanted, you could put a little bit of resistance against your leg with your hand. If you don't have a band, you're just a little bit of pushing against that leg as it's going out. Don't push it back in, make the leg do the work. But resistance, push against it as it's going out and then let it bring itself back in. And in. Out. And in. Those hips, hopefully they're working. Out and in. Let's do one more each side. Out and in. Last one. Out and in. All right. Now, I don't think I can get that out right now. So I'm just going to leave it in there. hanging off the back of my chair. Okay, the last one we're gonna do is calf and toe raises for our legs. So, sitting in the chair, just bring those heels up, set them down, bring those toes up, set them down. Heels, down, toes up, down. Now you can add resistance if you want with your hands by pushing down, but you don't have to. Now notice that I'm not rocking back and forth. If I'm rocking back and forth like this, I'm not actually making the individual movements work really hard. So up, set it down, pause, then bring those toes up. Set them down. Heels up, down, toes up, down. Good. Up, down, toes. Which one is harder? For me, the toes are harder. I try to get them to come up, right? I think that's probably how it is for most people. Good. So just alternate heels up and down, then toes up and down. Good. Down, toes up. Awesome. We've got this, then we've got one more move, and then we can do our stretching. So we're going to be really close to that 45 minutes. I'm like proud of myself. And down, toes up, and down. Let's do two more. Up, there's the two. And down, up. Last time, heels up, set them down, toes up, set them down. All right, the last move we're gonna do is for our core. So for this one, I am going to turn my chair sideways, just so you guys can see me. So we're sitting towards the front of our chair, sitting up with that beautiful posture. There's 3 different hand positions. They can be here on your thighs, they can be here on your chest, or they can be here at your temples. Never pulling on that head though. Your eyes stay on the horizon. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lean back. As you're leaning back, you're tucking that chin so that your eyes stay on the horizon, just about touch the back of that chair. And then you're gonna sit up. So feet stay planted on the floor. You can see them, yes. And up, have that beautiful posture. If that's easy, try the second level. If at any time your feet start to come up, just go back to that first level. Those feet should stay grounded into the floor. Back and up. Good. You should really feel your core engaging to bring you back up to that seated position. So coming back, fire that core, bring you back up to that seated position. Okay? Tucking that chin and up. Going till you just touch the top of that chair, or not even quite, and then sit back up. Back, good, and up. Keep going. 2 more after this. We can do 2 more. Back, and up, and last one, best one. Back, and up. All right, grab a drink of water. I'm going to turn my chair so that it's facing you all again. I'm going to grab a drink of water too, and then we're going to move into our stretches, which is like the reward for having done the work. So coming towards the front of your chair, what you're going to do is you're going to have one foot straight out in front of you. Now we're going to focus on just stretching the calf with this one. So my leg is straight, but not locked out. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring my toes towards my shin until I feel the stretch in the back of that leg. And the beauty thing about stretches is that they should feel really good. Like they should feel not painful, they should feel amazing. So if you are stretching and you start to feel pain, it's because you stretched too far, okay? All right, release that. Let's go to the other side. So other side, heel is down, toe is up. Bring in those toes towards the shin. Yes, until you feel the stretch in that calf. Good. So I'm just sitting up straight with this one. Have that beautiful posture. Just bringing that heel to, or sorry, that toe towards the shin. The shin is what's going to make this stretch happen. All right, release that. Now, Have that foot in front of you again. Just relax that toe. Sitting up with beautiful posture. My leg is straight or slightly bent, not locked out. I want you to put your hands on your hips, sit up with that beautiful posture, and then I want you to just hinge forward at the hip until you feel the stretch in the back of your thigh and maybe even behind your knee. If you noticed that I didn't move very far before I felt this stretch. If you have really good posture, you don't have to move very much before you feel this stretch. Keep in that beautiful posture, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, just hinging forward should make this stretch happen. You also have to be far enough forward in your chair that your leg can be straight out. All right, release that. Let's do the other side. So other leg, heel is down, toe is up but relaxed. Leg is straight or slightly bent but not locked out. Hands go on those hips, sitting up with that beautiful posture. Then you're just hinging forward until you feel that stretch behind your thigh or maybe even behind your knee. So we often get people asking us, where should I feel a stretch? And so we'll tell you where the general area is, but a good rule of thumb is that you will feel the stretch where you are tight, right? So our hamstring runs all the way up the back of our leg, the back of our thigh, sorry. And so you will feel it where it is at its tightest, right? So that's why I say in the back of your thigh or maybe even behind your knee, because people feel that in different places. Good, and release that. Now let's sit towards the middle of our chair. I want you to bring one arm straight up to the ceiling, other arm straight down to the floor. Stretch those two apart from each other. Reach, 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 reach. Reach up, 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 up. Now still reaching up, but I want you to reach slightly over till you feel a stretch in your side. Good. Now straight up. Now if this is comfortable for you, you're going to drop that hand to the back of your neck or to your back to give that tricep a stretch. Now sometimes this is enough to feel that stretch. Sometimes you need to give it a little bit of a push from the front. Or if that's not enough, you might come over your head and hold onto it. But if you're coming over your head and you're pulling it, don't pull on your head. If you're putting any pressure at all on your head, don't do that option. If this isn't comfortable for you to stretch that tricep, you're going to take that hand, run it around to the back of that opposite shoulder, and then you're going to push that elbow towards your body, push above your elbow until you feel that stretch here. Good. And release that. Roll those shoulders. Let's do that other side. Up, reaching up with that hand. Up, 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 up. Reaching down with the opposite. Reach, 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 reach. Trying to get something on that top shelf. Now still reaching up, but slightly over to feel that stretch in that side. Good. Now come back up to straight. And again, drop that hand if that's comfortable. Find what that tricep needs to feel that stretch. And same thing, if this isn't comfortable for your body, then you can always do this tricep stretch like this. So my hand is going across my back and I'm just pushing above my elbow until I feel that stretch in that tricep. There we are. Good. All right, roll that out. Let's do a shoulder stretch quick. So one arm out in front. Now I'm going to bring that across my body until I feel that stretch. Now make sure that that shoulder isn't coming up towards my ear. Bring it away and bring that arm as close as you need to your body before you feel that stretch in that shoulder. Now I like to hold on below my elbow. That's just my personal preference. You can also hold above your elbow if you'd like. Good. And release that. Let's do the other side. So other arm comes out. Bringing that one in towards your body. Now, making sure that that shoulder is away from your ear. Yes. Good. Taking some nice deep breaths here. One more breath. All right. Roll those shoulders back and down. We're going to finish with a chest stretch. So hands come in front. Then you're going to open up, bringing your arms out to the side until you feel the stretch through your chest and into your armpit, into your upper arm. So the level of your arms doesn't matter. You just put them at the level that you need to feel this stretch in your chest. That should feel really nice. Good, and bring those hands forward. And we are all done. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching this morning. And if you are watching a recorded version of this video, thank you for that as well. Again, my name is Kim. If you have any comments or questions or anything, feel free to comment underneath this video. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.